Who are you?
Oh, the stuff of legend.
My thoughts on the 10th Doctor have changed considerably across my time as a Doctor Who fan. Starting off as a childhood favourite, being the one I grew up with, after he initially left the show I started to lose interest in the 10th Doctor, eventually grew into full-blown melodramatic hatred, which in hindsight I think was very over the top and undeserved. I projected my frustrations at the Tennant or nothing attitude that some members of the fandom had. It led me to get frustrated with aspects such as his vanity and fear of change in his final story, which isn't really fair as that wasn't the intention of Russell. So you'll probably be pleased to hear that I'm more forgiving of certain elements that I didn't enjoy before, such as making him more emotional and human. It's the next logical step in the Doctor's character arc following the events of the Time War. Now he's learnt to open up his feelings. That of course leads to the floodgates of all his emotions being on display, and naturally he has to deal with all of them at once. So it makes sense that he'll occasionally do or say things which aren't particularly likeable or endearing. With vanity being a major part of this Doctor, and just how generally over the top Russell's writing could potentially be, while we do get some moments where the 10th Doctor is humbled, I do wish they had a longer lasting effect on him, as often his ego is boosted a bit too much. Having said that, I don't buy all of the character drama. Not only am I not really invested in his romance with Rose, I find John Sims' master too grating to really find him all that sympathetic. So occasionally those acts or decisions the 10th Doctor makes which are intentionally meant to be unlikable, I do struggle to buy the sympathetic motivation. So yeah, sometimes it can get a little too melodramatic and over the top for me, which is why I enjoyed the 50th anniversary somewhat making fun of some of the 10th Doctor's tropes.
Ding.
What's that?
It's a machine that goes ding.
The slightly unconventional way he's brought back in the 60th anniversary does allow for a small degree of character growth and an admittedly better costume. I don't view them as separate incarnations like a lot of people do. Personally, this is more of a retroactive epilogue for the 10th Doctor than a brief look at a completely new version of the character that just happened to be played by David. So I still say he's overrated, but I'm able to recognise why people like him so much, and I'm rediscovering all the elements that I used to like about him, such as his relationship with Donna. Overall, I'd say the 10th Doctor should be viewed as a unique incarnation rather than the permanent status quo.